Hello guys and welcome back sa ating YouTube channel. Today, pag-uusapan naman natin ang analysis and design for compression strength or simply column design. First, define muna natin what is column. So, column is a vertical structural element made of concrete and embedded steel reinforcement or rebar. It is designed to support and transfer loads from building's upper parts to its foundation. Concrete provides compression strength, while rebar enhances the column's resistance to tensile forces and bending moments. Okay, so technically, ang column is actually para lang din tong beam. Kaya lang, vertically naman siya na-align. Okay? So, just like beam, nakakaranas din ito ng mga tensile forces and bending moments. Kaya kailangan din natin itong i-reinforce with rebars para mas maging ductile, para mas magkaroon siya ng resistance over these forces. Okay? So, there are three common types of failure sa column. First, we have the compression failure. Or minsan ito'y tinatawag na pure compression failure. So kung mapapansin po natin, ang column talaga natin class ay nakakaranas ng mga vertical forces, no? Mula doon sa slab papunta sa ating beam, and then from our beam papunta sa ating mga columns. So yung mga loads na yon ay nakikerry or natra-transfer dito sa ating column, and directly na siya dito sa ating pinakaposte. So, itong unang type ng ating column failure is what we call the compression failure. And ganito yung magiging itsura niya, no? So, magkakaroon ng parang bukol, okay? Dito sa ating pinakakatawan na ng poste natin. Okay? And then, the next column failure naman na meron tayo ay yung tinatawag natin na buckling failure. Okay? So, ito naman ay dahil sa bending, no? And then, the last one na common column failure natin is what we call the shear failure. So, ito naman yung pagkasira or pagkahati ng ating column. Alright? Then, ito yung mga typical na itsura sa actual ng mga failures na to. Okay? So, kung mapapansin po natin dito sa ating compression failure, ayan nga po, no? Parang nabuntis dito sa may bandang gilid-gilid na evenly, no? Circular po yan sa isang location lang. Then for our buckling naman, ayan, nagla-letter S na siya, no? Essentially, letter S na po yung kanyang shape. And then para naman sa ating shear failure, mapapansin po natin dito sa figure, nagkaroon nga po ng crack diagonally. Okay? So ito po ay shear failure. Alright, so meron din tayong mga types of column by the way. So papangalanan natin ito sa tatlong paraan. First, based on its reinforcement. Okay, so there are actually 4 types of column based on its reinforcement. First one is the pedestal, second is a tied column, third is a spiral column, and the last one is composite column. So for pedestal column, this is defined as it acts as a base distributing the load from the supported element to the foundation. Okay, so essentially ang pedestal sa ang layman term natin for pedestal is a short column actually, ano? Okay, and then for our tied column naman, we have here, by definition, it is reinforced concrete column where the vertical reinforcing bar or the main reinforcement are held together by transverse bars or what we call the ties spaced regularly along the column's length. Okay, so we have here two types of tied column. So we have here a circular and a square or rectangular na tied column. Okay? So by definition again, no, yung tawag daw natin dito ay ties na, no, instead of stirrups, no, just like in our beam. Okay? So for column, ties naman na ang tawag natin diyan. Okay? And then sabi dito, yung ties daw na to ay spaced regularly. Okay? So meron talaga tong mga spacing, no? So for example, dun sa plano nakaset doon 3 by 50 mm, parang gano'n, no? Or 4 at 100 mm, then the rest at 200 mm. So merong bilang talaga, no? Equally spaced po yung mga yan. So ito po yung tied natin for a rectangular one, and then meron din tayo ditong circular na tied column lang din, no? So equally spaced din po yung ating mga transverse reinforcement dito. Okay? And then the next one is a spiral column. So this is typically a cylindrical shape and have a spiral bar wound continuously around its circumference. Okay? So for a spiral column, ang shape lang nito dapat ay laging cylindrical or circular lang yung kanyang base lagi. Okay? And then yung kanyang reinforcement, yung kanyang transverse reinforcement ay isang continuous na rebar. Alright? So parang dito po nakapulipot na po yan. Paikot na po yan dito. Okay? So ito po yung tinatawag natin na spiral column. And then for composite column naman, okay, so this one is a structural member built using two or more different materials to combine their beneficial properties such as steel and concrete. So normally ang ating regular na column, meron lang tayong concrete tapos meron tayong mga rebars. Alright? So kapag composite na, dadagdagan natin dito ng structural steel sa loob nito para mas tumibay pa. Okay? So yun yung tinatawag natin na composite. It composed of two or more different materials. Okay, the next criteria naman for type of column is based on its position of the load. So dalawa lang naman ito, no? It's either concentrically loaded or eccentrically loaded. So ito yung figure natin. For example, when we say concentrically loaded, yung ating axial load ay nag-a-act sa mismong center ng ating cross-section ng column. While kapag ka-eccentrically loaded naman, essentially yung ating axial load ay merong eccentricity from the centroid of our column. And then the last one naman na based on its length in relation to its section. So dalawa lang ito, short column and long column. Okay? So papasadahan natin ito maya-maya lang din, no? Ang first examples natin or first three examples natin ay puro short columns lang, and then for the next ones ay mga long column na rin. Okay, so these are the important provisions for compression strength under our NSCP 2015 na first printing. So ito po yung mga important provisions natin. Basahin na lang po natin ito dahil papasadahan din naman natin ito sa mga examples natin. Okay, so meron tayo dito, no, table for axial strength. So tayo conforming, meron tayo ditong PN max na meron factor na 0.8 PO, tapos for spiral 0.85 PO. Ito yung mga importanteng papasadahan natin, no? Kaya naka-highlight po siya dito. And then also we have here for non-pre-stressed member, composite steel and concrete, meron tayo ditong PO or yung pure axial natin, no, na formula. Okay, kaya sub-zero yung meron tayo dito. This is actually equal to 0.85 F prime C AG minus AST plus FY AST. I-derive natin to later on. Okay, and then another important provisions dito ay yung maximum spacing for our transverse. So meron tayo ditong 16 dB for longitudinal, 48 dB for our transverse, and then the least dimension of the beam. And then reinforcement limits, meron tayo ditong 0.01 AG but not less than 0.08 AG. Actually, ito po yung tinatawag natin na steel ratio. Alright? And then also meron din tayong steel ratio para sa composite column from 0.01 quantity of AG minus ASX but not exceed 0.08 AG minus ASX. Okay, and then also longitudinal reinforcement. Ito yung mga minimum numbers of main rebar natin for a type of column. So for example, triangular yung ating column. So meron din siyang triangular na ties. Dapat meron tayong at least 3 rebars, main rebars. And then kapag rectangular or square yung ating column, at least 4 rebars. And then for enclosed spirals, okay, kapag spiral meaning circular, at least 6. Balikan natin dito sa may B. Sabi dito rectangular or circular, provided, no, na tied column ito, 4 daw yung ating minimum na bakal for our rebar, main rebar. Okay, and then the spacing naman mga longitudinal bars natin, ito yung minimum. It's either, no, the greatest among the 3, 40 mm, 1.5 diameter of the bar, and 4/3 diameter of the aggregates. Okay, and then ito yung mga other formulas pa natin for our spiral. Okay. For load capacity, example, meron tayo ditong PO, okay, or yung ating pure axial na tinatawag, okay, P sub 0, pure axial, ibig sabihin nito sa sentro talaga nag-a-act, okay. Imagine ito yung ating cross section ng ating column, okay, and then try nating ihiwalay yung kanyang main rebar. Okay? So ito, meron ng butas dito, nilabas natin yung kanyang rebar. Ihiwalay lang natin ito. So meron na tayo ditong concrete and steel. Okay? From pressure formula lang natin ide-derive yung formula nung P sub 0 kanina. So we know that pressure is actually equal to force divided by area. Then mag-derive tayo for concrete and steel. Okay? Kasi ito yung main material ng ating reinforced concrete column. For concrete, it is already defined nung sa beam pa lang natin that the pressure of concrete is 0.85 F prime C or yung compressive strength ng concrete natin. And then this is equal to yung force natin, tawagin nating F sub C, and then the area, okay, na nako-compress dito sa concrete ay the gross area minus, okay, yung area occupied by the steel. Kaya meron ditong minus. Okay? Yung buong concrete minus yung butas. Yun yung ibig sabihin nito. And then for our steel naman dito, again yung pressure or yung stress na nararanasan ng steel natin ay yung mismong kanyang yield stress, that is the Fy. And then this is equal to yung force natin, tawagin nating F sub S, divide that by the area of the steel, AST. With that, pwede na natin kunin yung value ng P sub 0. Okay? That is actually equal to the concrete strength plus the steel strength. Okay? P sub 0 is equal to F sub C plus F sub S. Okay? So, definitely, substitute lang natin lahat. F sub C natin dito, multiply natin ito, cross multiply, 0.85 F prime C quantity AG minus AST. Ito yung first term natin. Tapos ang Fs natin ay Fy AST. Yung second term lang natin. Ito po yung derivation niya. Napakasimple. Napakadali. Okay? And then also, pwede rin nating i-derive, no, or i-rewrite yung P sub 0 na ganitong formula. So, saan to galing? Okay? Take note that we have steel ratio for column that is equal to area of the steel, divide that by the area of the concrete column. Gross area of the concrete column, no? Area ng steel divided by area gross is equal to rho. Okay, so dito, ginawa, ang AST daw ay equal to rho AG. Sinubstitute lang dito yan sa lahat ng to and then sinimplify. You can memorize this one if you want, pero para sa akin, okay na yung dito sa kabila. Or dito yung nasa taas, no? Okay? And then we have nominal load din. Okay? So for our nominal load, we have these values. Dalawa to. Okay? So by definition, yung naka-table kanina, yung highlighted, kapag tied column daw, ang multiplier natin na factor para sa ating PO ay 0.8. Again, for tied column, factor natin ay 0.8 dito sa pure axial na load natin. And then, for spiral naman, ang multiplier natin ay 0.85. Okay? Then, of course, kung meron tayong nominal, expect natin na meron din tayong ultimate load. Again, paulit-ulit lang naman ito. Strength is equal to phi of the nominal. Ganun lang po, no? Ang phi natin dito, this is what we call the reduction factor. And then, for column, we have two values. Depending on the case. Kung tied column, 0.65. Kung spiral, 0.75. Okay? And then, by the way, itong P sub 0 na dinerive natin, kung mapapansin natin, ay column plus, concrete plus rebars lang siya, no? What if composite column po siya? Okay, so meaning meron tayong idadagdag na structural steel element sa may gitna. Okay, so for the structural steel, ang gagawin lang natin dito, mag-derive lang din tayo ng kanyang ganito. Pressure is equal to force over area. Now, the pressure for the structural steel is a capital Fy. Yield stress lang din ito, pero tawagin natin capital Fy. And then, this is equal to FSS. Okay? Meaning, structural steel, force ng structural steel divided by the area of the structural steel. So, tawagin natin yung area ng structural steel as ASX. Okay? And then finally, yung P sub 0 natin, dahil meron na tayong dinagdag na structural steel element, dagdagan lang din natin ng plus FSS. And then, i-rewrite natin yung kaninang formula natin, idagdag lang natin sa dulo yung FYASX. Okay? Napakasimple po netong formulas natin. Next, we have here limit of reinforcement. Okay? So, meron daw tayo ditong steel ratio for column that is equal to, or it must be greater than 0.01 or equal to 0.01 but less than or equal to 0.08. Anong ibig sabihin nitong limit of reinforcement? Again, itong steel ratio natin, this is equal to area of the steel divided by the area gross cross-sectional of the column. Okay? So, sinasabi sa atin ng NSCP natin na up to 1% of the gross area lang yung minimum reinforcement na natin, and we cannot exceed 8% of the gross cross-sectional area. Yun po ang ibig sabihin nito. Hindi tayo pwedeng bumaba sa 1% ng gross cross-sectional area at hindi tayo pwedeng lumagpas sa 8% ng gross cross-sectional area. That is our limit. Okay? Then we also have here minimum clear spacing of the main bar for columns. Okay? So imagine we have here a column with reinforcement. Okay? So sabi dito, ano daw yung dapat na spacing ng mga rebars natin? Clear spacing. So, ito yung mga clear spacing natin, edge to edge ng bawat main rebars natin. So, sabi ng ating NSCP, we choose the greatest among the three. Okay? 40 mm, 1.5 diameter of the rebar, or 4/3 diameter of the aggregates. Whichever is greater, siya yung mag-govern dito. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Okay? So, hindi po tayo pwedeng bumaba sa pinakamataas na value nito. Bakit? Okay? Dapat yun yung pinakamaluwag na espasyo ng ating mga rebars. Okay? Ang purpose lang po nun, kapag binuhusan natin yung ating column, is hindi po magbabara yung mga bato. Alright? So, kailangan po medyo maluwag pa rin yung pinakamaliit na spacing natin ng mga rebars. Okay? 40 mm, 1.5 dB, 4/3 diameter of the aggregate. So, itong diameter of the aggregate, average na lang yan. Itong D sub B na capital, ito yung diameter nung main rebar natin. And then, 40 mm, whichever is greater. So, kung meron tayong minimum, meron din tayong maximum, by the way. Okay? Yung maximum na spacing natin ng mga rebar natin, clear spacing, is 150 mm or 6 inches. So, anong ibig sabihin nito? Kunyari, yung main rebars natin dito sa left and then dito sa kabila ay 160 mm. Ang ibig sabihin nun, bawal na yon. So, meaning, kailangan mong magdagdag sa kanilang gitna. Okay, bawal tayong lumagpas sa 150 mm. I-limit na natin sa 150 mm. Okay? Yung clear spacing ng mga main rebars natin. And then, also we have here maximum tie spacing. So, hinati ko to sa dalawa. We have vertical spacing. Then, meron tayong horizontal spacing of the ties. Okay? So, we only choose the least among, okay, the three given formulas. Okay? So, it's either 16 diameter of the main bar, 48 diameter of the transverse rebar, or the least dimension of the beam. Okay? So, kunyari, ito yung tied column natin na rectangular. And then, we have here spacing of our ties. Okay? So, sabi dito, yung maximum na spacing na yan ay yung pinakamaliit among the three. Okay? So, again, yung DB dito, main bar, ito yung ating transverse, and then the least dimension of the beam. So, ano tong least dimension of the beam? Say, for example, merong beam sa bawat faces ng column na to. Kung sino man yung may pinakamaliit na width doon, siya na yung gagamitin natin na least dimension of the beam. Okay? Kung dalawang beam lang yung nakakabit dito, whichever is lesser, yun yung magagovern. Kung tatlo, whichever is lesser. Ganun lang po. Okay? And then also, kung meron tayong vertical spacing ng transverse, meron din tayo ditong horizontal spacing. Actually, ito yung top view ng ating transverse rebar. Okay? Say for example, we have here a rectangular na column with reinforcement given na. Okay? And then ito yung mga spacing po ng ating mga rebars. Okay? So, pasok po tayo no, dito sa maximum clear spacing. Less than 150 po lahat. So, goods po ito. Tama? Okay? And then, ito yung ating main stirrup. Alright? Yung pinakalabas pa. Guys, di ba? Alam natin or nakakita na kayo siguro ng mga plano. Okay? Mapapansin nyo, meron pa yung mga bakal na parang may pa-diamond pa, may mga C-bar pa tayo sa gitna. Kailan kaya yun ginagawa? Okay? Meron po tayong note no sa NSCP. Ito is paraphrase na lang pero actually galing ito sa section 410.7.6.4.2 ng NSCP 2015 na first printing. Ang sabi dito, no unsupported bar shall be further than 150 mm clear on each side along the tie from a laterally supported bar. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Okay? Ganito po ang gagawin natin. Isa-isayin natin yung bawat corner. Magsukat tayo dito bawat corner. Okay? So, for example, papunta muna dito sa itaas. Starting point natin yung rebar na ito. Yung clear spacing natin ng rebars dito ay 80 mm. Okay? Sabi dito again, maglalagay daw tayo ng stirrups kapag umabot ka na sa 150 mm at least, no? So, obviously, ito ay 80 mm pa lang. So, hindi pa tayo lumalagpas sa 150 mm or hindi pa tayo equal sa 150 mm. Meaning to say, hindi pa natin to kailangan lagyan ng stirrups dito. Okay? Hindi mo pa kailangan magsingit dito ng stirrups. Next, again, original na point, papunta tayo naman dun sa kanyang dulo, dun sa kabilang rebar, kasi tapos na natin na i-check dito sa kabila. Okay? Next naman ay dito sa dulo. Okay, kung mapapansin natin, ang clear spacing na ngayon ay 80 plus 80 plus the diameter of the rebar. Kahit exclude na natin yung diameter of rebar, yung 80 plus 80 pa lang ay 160 mm na. Okay? So, ibig sabihin nito, lagpas na tayo sa 150 mm. Ang sabi ng code natin, mag-provide na tayo ng stirrups. Okay? So, again, may rebar tayo dito. Meron naman na tayong stirrups dito sa may dulo. So, no need to provide. Okay? Hindi na natin kailangang mag-provide kasi meron na tayong stirrups na nakahawak dito sa dulo na. So, goods lang po yan. Safe na tayo dyan. Okay? Next, dito tayo sa may horizontal magsukat. Again, ito yung ating starting point. Okay? So, from here, papunta dito sa kabila, 100 mm lang. It is still less than 150 mm. So, yung bar na to, hindi pa natin kailangan lagyan ng stirrups. Next, from here, papunta dito sa kabila, that is already 200 mm. Excluding this rebar, it is now greater than 150 mm. Meaning to say, kailangan na nating mag-provide ng stirrup dyan. So, lalagyan na natin yan ng, for example, C-bar muna. Okay? Next, eto, papunta naman dito sa dulo. That is 300 mm. That's greater 150 mm. Kailangan na nating mag-provide. Okay lang naman. Kasi dito sa dulo, meron na tayo dating transverse na ties dito. Okay lang? So, meron na tayo ditong ties, so no need to provide. Okay, so tapos na nating i-inspect lahat ng dulo to dulo nito. Next, lipat tayo sa isang corner naman. Essentially, halos parehas naman na yung sukat. 80 dito, 80 dito sa 160, mag-provide ka dito, goods na tayo dyan. Start ka dito, papunta dito, that's 100 mm, hindi mo kailangang mag-provide. Start ka ulit dito, papunta dito, that's already 200 mm. Oh no, greater ka na ng 150 mm. So you need to provide another reinforcement there. Okay? So, from here, papunta dito, 300 mm, hindi mo na kailangan mag-provide kasi nga, provided na siya dito. And, essentially, ito na yung final ties natin dito sa column na to. Hindi mo na kailangang sukatin pa dito sa kabilang dulo dahil naka-mirror naman na to lahat. Okay? So, ito po yung pagbakal natin kapag sa ties, no? Kailan kaya nangyayari ito? Okay, class, or pwede po natin tong i-modify pa, no? Kung ayaw mo ng C-bar, pwede namang itong isang buong, okay, stirrups ulit or ties, no? Pwede mong buuhin to. Depende sa trip mo. Okay lang naman. Kung C-bar, okay lang. Okay? Provided na mahawakan mo yung mga rebars dito. Okay? So, yun po yung ibig sabihin nito. Okay, and then next, the minimum number of main rebars. So, again, ito yung sinabi natin. Kung triangle, meron tayong 3. Kung rectangular, meron tayong 4. Circular man siya o rectangular, basta ties, 4 siya. Kapag spiral, which is always naman na circular, 6 ang minimum na bilang. Okay, next, minimum spiral spacing or pitch. So, meron na tayong tied kanina. Ano yung kanyang maximum spacing? Of course, pag-usapan din natin yung sa spiral. Okay? Ano naman daw dito yung maximum na pitch natin? So, saan yung pitch dito? Okay? Ang pitch dito ay yung isang whole turn nung isang transverse stirrups natin para sa spiral. For example, ito kunyari yung ating starting point. Okay? Iikot tayo dito. Tapos, makakabalik tayo dun sa ating tapat nung ating starting point. Okay? Dito tayo nag-start, umikot tayo, and then nakarating na tayo dito. So, that's one pitch. Or actually, ito na yung tinatawag natin na pitch spacing. Okay? Isang buong turn. Okay? So, ano daw yung kanyang maximum or minimum, no, na spacing? That is actually the greatest between the two. 25 mm or the 4/3 diameter of the aggregates. Whichever is greater. Okay? Pag yan po, no? So, spacing po nitong mas malaki, mas safe po, no? Para hindi maipit yung mga bato if ever na sakali man buhusan ito, no? Then, kung meron tayong minimum, of course, meron din tayong maximum. Hindi tayo pwedeng lumagpas sa 75 mm. Okay? And then, next, we have this, another formula or parameter, no? Volumetric still ratio ng spiral. So, ito yung given formula kanina dun sa ating code. The raw spiral minimum, that is raw S minimum, that is equal to 0.45 area gross divided by area CH or the chord of the concrete minus 1 times quantity F prime C over Fy. Okay? So, nasaan yung minimum volumetric still ratio natin? So, for example, ito yung isang pitch natin. Okay, so yung dito na banda, no? Isang volumetric still ratio ng isang spiral. Okay, and then we also have here yung actual na spiral still ratio natin. So, by words, ang still ratio daw natin for spiral ay the volume of the spiral or the pitch divided by the volume of the concrete core. Ayan, so parang dito lang din, no? Pwede kang mag-consider ng isang pitch lang or pwedeng lahat ng pitch, no? Isang buong column consider mo. Okay lang naman yan. Okay? Same naman yan, no? Kung yung height lang yung difference, magka-cancel lang naman yan. However, hindi nyo na ito kailangan i-memorize, no? Dahil ang provided na formula sa atin dito ay meron din. The still ratio for the spiral is actually equal to 4AS times quantity DC minus diameter of the spiral divided by S diameter of the core, concrete core, square. Alright? So, ito yung mga definitions po nung mga parameters natin. Okay? So, AG, the gross cross-sectional area, area of the steel. Okay, again, kapag capital B, that is the main rebar, and then for smaller b, that is the tie rebar or the transverse rebars or stirrups kung sa beam naman. Diameter of the aggregates, yield stress of the structural steel, area of the structural steel, area of the concrete core, diameter of the concrete core, diameter of the spiral, reinforcement, area of the spiral, and then the pitch or the spiral or spacing of the spiral. Okay? So, ito po yung mga provisions natin. Okay? Then, we can now have our example number 1, 2, and 3 on the next part of the videos.